back at it again. It's your boy Detroit Debo.
MF and Jen.
And this is the Unwrapped Podcast. We got a new sponsor, man. It's Audibles. If you like to if you like to hear your books and not read them, this is good, man. It's good. You know, I checked out a few books on the website. You can log on to www.audible.com, or you could text Detroit to 500-500.
That's right. Audiobooks are great sidekicks for summer activities like running, sunbathing, or just being out with friends, man, and you want to hear something good. So go ahead and check out Audible.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, you know, I know in this age, man, it's really not so much reading. Y'all like to hear stuff, so that'll be a good one for y'all.
All right. Well, let's start the show then.
Take a drink to that.
So
what's up, man? It's another one. I know last show, man, we came on and it was just like, we was in a down kind of mood, but today.
You in the down mood?
No, not today. I'm talking about last week, because, you know, a little situation and all that. But I ain't going to say down. It was just a little soggy. You know what I'm saying?
Soggy.
Today, I feel good, but it's just some issues that we want to just touch on a little bit today, man.
I feel great, man, because I feel like what needs to be said is finally going to be said today. So let's get something understood right off the bat getting into this show. When me and Debo sat down and we came up with the idea for a podcast, it was purely because we enjoyed doing podcasts and we enjoyed talking shit. That's what we good at. You know what I'm saying? Our debates and opinions back and forth is always fun. So none of this was about, you know what I'm saying, oh, we got to sit down with this person or we got to interview this person. That came into fruition later down the road when we was like, okay, well, we want to do it, but we want to do it with a purpose. So, and this is not to the people who, you know, handled everything professionally because, you know what I'm saying, we understand, like, things happen. But this is to everybody who, you know, has been unprofessional when it comes to the show. Like I said, we doing this not for us. This is for y'all. This is for the city. You know what I'm saying?
Because we going to talk shit regardless.
Exactly. I'm perfectly fine, you know, sitting up talking shit with him. But when it comes to, real shit, like, because it got to be said, like, I think the misinterpretation here is, they doing the show and they want me on their show, so, well, I can little dog them. Like, but here's the thing. Like I said, it ain't about us. You know, the show is called The Unwrapped, and it's called The Unwrap because we're trying to unwrap the entire culture. You know what I'm saying? So when we extend an invitation to you, it's because, you know what I'm saying, we feel like, you know, you add to the culture or you got something to do with the culture. Not because people checking for you, but because, you know what I'm saying, we feel like you'd be a good addition for the show.
Yeah, and we personally have noticed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Don't get it twisted. And this ain't no shade, you know what I'm saying? But like, if we notice you, that don't mean everybody else notice you. We notice you because we're really in tune with what's going on the circuit. You know what I mean? So when we reach out to you, please don't get the big head. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that. It's just, we noticed you. You still got some legwork to put in. You see what I'm saying? So, like I say, this ain't no shade to nobody, man, but
I mean, shit, I'm going to just call it what it is. Okay, so we had, you know, I'm not gonna say any names, but we had two people that you know agreed to do the show, and they went about handling everything very unprofessionally. And here's the thing, like I just said, is when we invite you to the show, it's not because people are saying, oh, y'all need to have them on the show. It's because we, like Devo just said, we see you doing something, we see you working. So, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get your name out there. We trying to really big up the culture of the city, big up the culture of the game, period. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not doing us any favors. Mm-hmm. It's doing yourself a favor. Promote yourself. Promote your brand. But I will say this. The two artists that did not show up because they was unprofessional, I see exactly why they are where they are. You know what I'm saying?
And that ain't no knock to your skill set. It's no knock to that. But you got to understand, it take hard work behind that skill set, you know what I'm saying, in order for anything to progress for you. So, I mean, if you ain't willing to, you know what I'm saying, do every interview possible or use every promotional platform, then I mean you gonna fall short.
Right, and for me, it's not even about that. It's about the simple fact that, like I said, you can always just do something professionally. You know what I'm saying? If it came to it, okay, well, I can't do the show. You know what I'm saying?
That's really what this is about.
Have your manager reach out, or you know what I'm saying, you reach out ahead of time so that way we can adjust. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the day come and pass.
Because look at it like this, man. If you an artist, right, and you know we reach out to you, and you know we tell you, all right, yeah, we're gonna do the show, we're gonna book you for this day. You come on that day, and the building is empty. How that's gonna make us look? You know what I'm saying? Just unprofessional. So now you got a bad taste in your mouth. Come on, sometimes you got to step out of your shoes and step into somebody else's shoes to understand.
I ain't trying to get motherfuckers to example shoe, so sample shoe sizes. I don't care about how you feel about what's being said. I'm just gonna tell the truth, and the truth of the matter is that unprofessional shit is. Lack of professionalism is why you get unprofessional results.
Look, man, you can't feel no way about the truth, dog. Because if you feel some type of way about the truth, then you just ain't being true to yourself. Period. You know if you've been on some bull. So how can you get mad when it's being brought to you?
Right. Well,
And that's how we gonna leave that there.
Right. So past that,
and I ain't gonna say it no more.
All right. All right, but no, all jokes aside, past that, I mix squirt with my Remy Martin, man. That's the first time I never did that. I usually mix Sprite.
But see, it ain't too far off though.
No, it ain't. That's why I tried it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. I wanted to 7-Up probably do something too. I ain't had 7-Up in a minute though.
I don't think it's 7-Up out there, is it?
I know it's Sprite.
No, it ain't Sprite out there. If it was Sprite,
it's something green.
Sprite.
It's Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew is not Sprite.
Yeah, man. That is not gonna do it. For real. But so we gonna jump into this real quick, man. We got something we want to touch on. I don't know if I'm over here twerking off the iPhone, man. So I gotta do what Jen doing, man. But I grab mine.
Setting up.
Yeah, I'm setting up shop right here. You know what I'm saying? But our topic of discussion today is gonna be status and will it always dictate, what's hot. And I mean, I feel like personally, I don't feel like it'll always be that way, but right now, it definitely is that way, in my opinion.
I don't know, because I think time is changing. Because if I think it used to be that way, but I think the roles are reversing.
So what do you feel like status? Like, elaborate.
Okay, so when I think of status, I think of like establishment. Like, what have you done to like solidify yourself? What have you done to like put yourself on this pedestal to where you deserve whatever respect you commanded, right? That's status to me. Like Dan Gilbert, he's of a certain status.
Nah. Well, then if you looking at it from that angle, I'm gonna say no, cause shit, Jay-Z dropped 4 for 4,
right?
And I mean, it did okay, but it didn't do.
No, it did great.
It didn't do what 6ix9ine stuff is doing.
It blew his shit out the water. Clean the fuck out the water.
Well, his project, yes.
Smooth the
his
fuck
project,
out the
yes.
water.
But I'm talking about single. Now, if you'd have dropped what's that, OJ? It wouldn't have touched what 6ix9ine did.
Are you saying
we can pull it up right now?
I don't think that was
6ix9ine is crushing the game.
I don't think that was your best example.
I'm saying singles.
Maybe, and that's true. Like we know that to be true.
Yeah.
But when it comes, I think you chose an artist too high. Cause Jay,
okay,
you get what I'm
saying?
You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Well, let's just say Jeezy.
Like his shit is always gonna be do some numbers. Like
let's just say Jeezy.
Okay,
we're gonna say
his last album went double wood. Like,
but he got the status though.
But he got the status, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the example that I was thinking of when I thought about it like that is this whole, because it's been like the talk of the town. Nikki, you bitch, because you just giving us content for 2 weeks straight. Like, we talking about selling an album, she's selling the fuck out of this album.
Oh, yeah.
Man, like, she put on, as soon as she saw them first week numbers come back,
but it all
she
makes
was like,
sense,
let's start the theatrics.
It all makes sense. Like, and when I say that, it's like the stuff that, she not doing no random.
No, it all makes sense.
It's stuff that like makes sense. Like,
yeah, it's like you doing this because it's the time for that.
For your, I mean, yeah, you know,
right?
You know that's how.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like
they started to do that on the local scene,
and it's ridiculous. But I mean, the example I thought of was Cardi and Nicki, right? Because if we talking about status, Nicki is a person who has or is supposed to have a certain status in the game. She solidified herself.
Right.
She want to be known as the queen of rap and all of that stuff, right?
Right.
But Cardi's bigger right now. You know what I'm saying? Her album went gold first day out, went platinum 3 months to the day. Nicki was struggling to sell 155,000 copies first week.
Right. And you know I always told you, like, Cardi definitely is bigger right now. But I just feel like, can she stand the test of time?
I think so, because people are more, I mean...
All it's going to take is another ratchet female to come out and knock her out.
I don't know.
I mean, because I'm not trying to, I'm not saying nothing about Cardi like she ain't got no skills, but I'm just keeping it all the way a buck, bro. Like, she not lyrically inclined like that, bro.
I mean, again, like I said,
but that ain't what's selling nowadays.
To opinion.
That ain't what's selling nowadays.
Right, but you know, to the
the
point of what
subjective
we're talking
to
about,
opinion. That's fact.
We can't argue fact when it comes. We can't argue something that's opinion based and say it's fact.
No, opinion based is if you like them or not.
No,
if you like them or not.
No, right. And like I said last week, you think Nicki Minaj is like this greatest artist. Like,
no, I don't say that. I just say
you think she lyrically sweet.
I just
my opinion was that I don't. So that's what I'm saying. We can't say, okay, I don't think she that good, and then say, oh, that's a fact.
I guess it just depends on what you feel is talented.
Exactly. That's why I said it's opinion based. So we can't say it's fact.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, the reason why I say it's fact is because if you can listen to an artist,
How
right?
you agree, and then still justify.
No, because look, this is the reason why I say it's a fact, bro. If you display your ability, like to rap, and it's good, come on, it's undeniable. That's what I'm saying. If it's undeniable,
and then another thing is this,
because you said you like Nicki up to a certain point. You said that. You said you liked her up to a certain point.
No, my exact words was I always thought that she was straight. She's okay. Debo, go watch the last episode.
Yeah.
Go watch the last episode. You always do this, and you always end up watching and realizing that we did say what we telling you we said.
Hell no, because the last, what was the last debate? It was about, we came to a middle ground. Ground. That was about, it was the first episode in this studio.
You talking about where we was talking about the killing cousin situation with Ed?
Yeah, and we came to the middle ground on that. We did, bro.
Actually, I said from the beginning, if you go, I said, and I'm going to say it again so you can go back and watch the episode one more time because maybe you grazed over it. I said then, you're going to watch this video and you're going to see that we were saying talent, I mean not talent, but what was it? Inspiration.
No, it was inspiration.
Let me finish my statement.
We came to the agreement, bro.
And I said then you're gonna watch this video back and you're gonna see that we said from the beginning inspiration is not the be all end all. And you argued us up and down for 30 minutes.
Because what I said at the end of that argument, I said y'all had to. I wasn't hearing what y'all was saying. I thought y'all was saying inspiration didn't matter at all.
Right.
And then once we established that y'all said it don't end there.
And that's what I'm saying now. You always don't. It's like you hear it, but then like you.
At the end of the argument, once everybody settle down and make everything clear, I'll understand it.
Right.
In the midst of an argument, nobody's making everything clear, bro. Nobody, bro.
Well, we said clear as day.
No.
We said clear as day.
We'll watch it. We're gonna watch it. We'll watch it. Matter of fact, y'all start leaving comments, man. We're gonna start watching it, man. And what was being said? What was being said was inspiration ain't doing nothing because
that's not what we said at all. I said from.
I remember because Ed. I started off having.
That's what you remember.
I started off speaking to Ed
on camera.
I started off speaking to Ed, and he was like, "Oh, if my cousins." If I'm the guy who keep killing your cousins, and you coming around inspiring them, inspiration ain't doing nothing. So that is registered to me is also you saying inspiration just don't do nothing.
But what preceded that was us saying my literal statement was inspiration is not the be all end all. And
that was no, bro. That was once you made that clear. Right. I agree.
We're not opening this can of worms again. Please go check out what was it, episode 4. Like,
I think
was it 4?
Yeah, it was 4.
Go watch episode 4.
I think
you're gonna see what I'm saying.
Yeah. But you gonna see what I'm saying.
All right, but nah, man. Getting back to what we talking about here. It's not about. We're not even here to debate some opinion based shit because lyrical abilities is always gonna be opinion. Like I may personally like, it's people out here who feel like Nas ain't that sweet. It's people out here who feel like Eminem ain't that sweet. Do we agree with those people? No, but those people are entitled to their opinion.
Okay, so we gonna scratch the opinion out. Okay, we gonna scratch that out. That's you saying.
Right. No, but you said it's facts that she can't.
No, but hold on.
She's not good.
No, but okay, but I ain't even talking about that right now. You saying.
That's what the whole conversation.
You're saying right now, but I'm about to switch it. You saying to scratch the opinionated stuff out.
Okay, listen.
Because you're saying that don't really matter. No, everybody has their own opinion.
Let me finish my statement. What I'm saying is we're not even here to debate that because opinion is going to be opinion. Okay. But we can't make the mistake of saying something is fact when it's actually an opinion.
Okay.
Now, the topic of what we're talking about is, will status always dictate what's hot and what's popular? And I believe the answer to that is no.
Okay. So now I got to make this clear. I got to make this clear because
that's not the topic today.
No, all of that
has nothing to do with.
It's all in the same pot there. It's all in the same pot. So
if we make it,
you saying so you saying opinion? Let's scratch that because you saying everyone has an opinion. So we could talk about that all day. We could argue about that all day, debate all day on opinion.
When it comes to lyrics,
scratch that. Numbers. Let's just bring the numbers in because that's what matters. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying. Numbers.
Yeah. No.
So Cardi. So are we gonna say she's the best? No. But that's all that's left.
Listen to what this just turned into. This just turned into who's the best and who's doing the most. That's not even the topic.
But it all ties into the status determine if you hot. It ties in.
But that don't have nothing to do with the opinion on.
We're not talking about opinions.
If a person is good or not. Or do we think, I wasn't talking about numbers then. I said your status dictates what okay, so she's made her name, right? Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Okay. So people will argue she's reached a certain status already, correct? All right. Now, you will argue Cardi B has not reached that status because she hasn't been in the game. She doesn't have that status, correct?
Right.
Okay, so in your mind, she's lesser because she does not have that. Not because you feel like she's not as talented, but that's not why you feel she doesn't have the same status. You feel she doesn't have the same status because she hasn't put in the same amount of legwork and had the same amount of success for that amount of time. So that's completely independent of the opinion-based things such as numbers and lyrical ability. So
no, it actually kind of ties into numbers because I mean, if you put in when I say leg work, that means you've put numbers on the board.
Okay, right. Okay, but we talking about what's already been done. We not debating back and forth on who doing what now. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's not make the mistake.
Yeah.
No. Debate between.
We ain't talking about the current
shit.
We ain't talking about the current.
The topic of the show is.
We ain't talking about the current. Yeah, we talk about the status for sure.
Right.
So I feel like, just going back from the top of the drawing board, I feel like, in today, status. It matters, but it don't matter when it comes to like selling. You know what I mean? If you feel what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to selling, you don't really have to have no status today. Just because you got the internet, you got these different streaming platforms. Yeah, like
I think when it comes to singles, that's true.
Even projects though, because we have such an independency today.
I don't know though. I don't know if I can agree with that part because that's where we get to the Jays, the Drakes, the J. Coles, who are not as popular as these little rappers, right? These kids. But like, okay, Is it facts or not? Is 6ix9ine selling a shit ton of singles? Is that facts or no?
That's facts.
That's facts, right?
But you said Drake.
Let me finish. Let me get to my point before you go over it.
Mm-hmm.
Drake, right?
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole, right? J. Cole, okay, I'm going to use J. Cole, not even Drake, because he's too hot and it might be a little confusing. J. Cole is considered to be boring, right? To a lot of people, right? Maybe not you.
Yeah.
To the
well, I'm gonna say to the new.
Okay, right. The people who buying shit, right? But the people who buying shit are the people buying 6ix9ine shit. So 6ix9ine is always gonna sell more singles than J. Cole does of a new record, right? Is that?
But I ain't talking about J. Cole. Red flag went up when you said Drake, bro.
Just yes or no? Is 6ix9ine selling more singles than J. Cole?
I'm not even gonna compare that because we all know the world knows.
Yes or no?
I wasn't talking about J. Cole. I was talking about Drake.
And I said I'm not going to talk about Drake because it'll be confusing for you. So give me
No,
a
it's
yes
not.
or no.
It won't be confusing for me. I'm talking about Drake. I'm not talking about J. Cole, bro.
All right, so answer, give it a yes or no. It's just that simple. Yes or no?
I'm not talking about J. Cole, bro. That's not who I'm comparing.
Why is this so
I'm not
hard,
comparing
bro?
6ix9ine to J. Cole, bro. I was talking about Drake. When you said J. Cole,
If you let me
Drake,
illustrate my point, it's
you
not
can't
about
illustrate.
the art.
My
Jesus
point,
Christ.
my issue was not with J. Cole. When you said J. Cole, I was like, I wasn't even
If
thinking
I
about
could
him.
just get to the end of my point, you will understand what I'm saying.
You can do whatever. You can say whatever.
I try that, but you won't give me a simple
Go
answer to
ahead.
the
I don't have
question.
to keep expressing
Okay,
yourself.
all right. So it's just this simple, bro. We already know that these young rappers are selling more singles than they are projects. They can't sell
Right.
projects for shit. But on the flip side, to the artists who have already been established and already have their status, they're able to sell a fuck ton of records. J. Cole is not going to sell as many singles as 6ix9ine.
Duh.
But he will, if that's the point I was trying to reach. He's not going to
I'm
sell.
talking about Drake. Drake can match up against 6ix9ine. Drake can. That's why I gave you the
And that's why I said let's not use that example because it'll be confusing. This is ridiculous.
That wasn't my point though, bro.
Exactly. And
I didn't wanna
it's
talk
not
about
about
J.
your
Cole.
point, it's about mine. Let me get to my point.
All right, so
But
go
you
ahead.
never
Don't
let me
ask
get
me
to
a
my point.
question.
You keep interrupting the shit.
Don't. You already made your point. Of course,
I
J.
did
Cole
make
is
the
not.
point.
Of course, J.
Because
Cole.
I never get to the end of my statement
Of course,
before you
J.
interrupt
Cole.
me.
Of course, J. Cole. Your whole point is J. Cole not gonna sell, right?
No. And see? You see?
What's the whole
You
point?
think that
What's the whole
because
point?
I don't get to the end
What's
of
the whole
what
point?
fuck
What's
I'm
the whole
trying
point?
to say.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we're saying that will status dictate what's being sold, right? Or will status always dictate what's the hot shit, right? 6ix9ine, you said you don't have to have status to sell. I said, okay, you're right, but on the flip side, I think it's a difference here because you have artists like J. Cole, Big Sean, all these people who can sell a fuck ton of albums, right? They can sell. They won't sell singles, but they'll still sell albums.
And that's where the red flag went up for me. To sit here and include Drake in
I
that.
didn't include Drake. I said from jump, take Drake out the equation because it'll be confusing for you. I use J. Cole, an artist
You
who's
just used
considered
Drake
widely
just
to
now.
be boring.
You just said Drake just now.
I give up.
You just said Drake
I give
just
up.
now.
I give up.
Am I tripping? Am I tripping, or did he just say Drake
I
in
give
that?
up.
I'm just saying.
I give up.
Because that's one of the artists who that's one of the artists
Understand, so I give up.
because that's one of the artists who really can like make an impact still today. With his lyrical content and his whole what he got going on,
That's
he's
why I
still
said
selling
from the
records and
jump,
stuff
take
and
him out.
singles.
That's why I said from the jump, take him out the equation because
All right,
otherwise it could
okay,
be
all
confusing
right,
for
all right,
you.
okay.
Which is why
All right,
I
so
gave you
J.
an
Cole.
example.
All right, so J. Cole.
So now we can use J. Cole.
No. I'm saying J. Cole. Yeah, since you just made that clear that you ain't talking about Drake, because what I'm
I made
saying
it clear
is
from the beginning.
No,
I
you
said take him
didn't,
out.
bro.
I said take him out. Otherwise, it'll be confusing for you. Because
Well, I
he
didn't
is
hear
an
that.
artist.
Well, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear that. Not initially. Not initially. When you first said it, I didn't hear that. But anyways,
I ain't even
so
drink that
so
much.
we gonna talk about J. Cole. Let's bring up J. Cole and who are the other artists
Okay.
with status?
Okay. I'm gonna try one more time.
No,
One more time.
I'm talking about-
Against my better judgment.
I'm just asking you other artists, bro. Don't try to make a joke out of this. Really try to like pinpoint artists. Since you know, just name it. Name a few more artists.
A few more artists that can sell albums. but not
Mainstream
singles.
lyrical artists.
That can sell albums but not singles.
Yeah. And don't say Jay-Z because he been out.
Okay, but that's an example though. Whether you agree or not, he's
Bro,
not gonna
you
accept.
can't you want to take Drake out of it.
Okay,
But now you
all
don't
right.
want to.
All right, but Jay is considered to be boring. Drake is not. The point that I'm getting at is, of course, these young rappers, because they don't need the status that these rappers have to sell singles. But they can't sell an album to save their life. That's where the artist with status wins, and that's where the argument gets flipped on its head. That's when the question is posed, can you sell without status? Is status necessary to sell? For singles, it's not. For albums, it is. That's what I was trying to get to the entire time.
Okay, so
I said take Drake out because it's very obvious that because kids are still interested in Drake and Drake is Drake, he's always going to be able to do both, sell singles and albums. He's the golden boy of our generation. That's why In My Feelings was big. Before In My Feelings was big, God's Plan was big. Even before after God's Plan, but before In My Feelings, Nice for What, and then I'm Upset. He always gonna be able to sell singles.
Right.
So that's terrible. That's why I said that's not an example.
He's just a hit maker.
He's a hit maker, right? And he's still saying stuff that these kids are interested in. That's why he's still going to continue to sell.
But you know what I'm gonna say too? I feel like up until 444, I feel like Jay-Z was still in his bag. Yeah. With Magna Carta?
Right. No, I agree. But the shit switched because he stopped caring. You know what I'm saying? It's not about I'm not keeping up with y'all no more. I'm gonna do my own thing and either y'all rocking or y'all not.
But you know what's crazy though? I feel like he gonna come back out in his bag, dog. If he drop another solo project, he gonna be in his bag.
You think so?
I really think if he does decide to drop one. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I think he's finally reached a point where it really is, I don't care.
But I feel like he already touched on everything he needed to touch on in 444. Like all of the stuff that matters, he touched on.
Okay, yeah, no, because you could beat a dead. That's what hip hop been doing for like 20 years. You could beat a dead horse. You could drop an album about the same shit that's already been said.
Yeah,
it's just you worded a little differently.
Yeah.
Shout out to YG, but
yeah,
what's the difference between his first and third album other than
it's just
lyrical
like you
progression?
Say, and then it's also about what we always talk about. And I'm not even gonna put nobody on Front Street with this. What I'm about to say, man. I'm gonna just say it in general, man. It's some artists out there who they stay stuck in a certain lane, man. They don't switch up their delivery style. They don't switch up they topic. You know what I'm saying? Subject matter. None of that. They just stay in the same lane. And I mean, he said every Detroit rapper. I'm not gonna say every Detroit rapper.
Because Sada's something different.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You switch up.
Never seen before.
No,
real shit. You know what I'm saying? If this was Pokemon, he'd be like a rare one. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, for real though. Like, and that's facts for real. But like, I just look at it like, it's artists who do that, man. And they want to stay boxed in or whatever, and it's just a path to their own demise.
You know what, man?
Understand that.
Since the topic is status, I think it's interesting to think of in different ways because I think status is what keeps those people boxed in. You know what I'm saying? Like we could argue, okay, everybody should want to strive to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
But if you grow up in the city, you know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to, Cheddar Boys, Street Lords, you know what I'm saying? And those are the people we looked up to and they held a certain status within the city. You know what I'm saying? So maybe a lot of people local, they feel like that's the status to reach and they plateau right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they stuck. You know what I'm saying? We may look at it outwardly and feel, hey, you know what I'm saying, you stagnant. But they might be like, well, I reached the status that I'm supposed to be at because the people I grew up watching, this is where they was doing and this is where they at in Blase Split.
So do you feel like we just gonna switch it from mainstream to locally? Do you feel the same way that you feel about status determining whether you're hot or not? Do you feel like
oh yeah, here for sure. Here for sure.
Now what
because
I'm saying
you can make some good ass music, but if you're not somebody if you don't talk about certain things and you're not plugged in with certain people here, then make the hottest shit you want, but nobody's gonna give a damn. Let's just keep it a buck.
But I'm speaking on like your status. So basically what I'm saying is like how it was for the mainstream. Like let's just say a Big Hurt. Like
Big Hurt has status in the city though.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
I'm talking about that type of the same
or
type.
Has status in the city.
When we was talking about
trying to disrespect the legend.
You know what I'm saying? He got status, so it's just like, do you still feel like figures like him? You know what I'm saying? Does it determine, like, the status determine
if he can sell or not?
Yeah.
No. It's different for the city because it's about I mean, you get into cycle, right? And I think the artist that like, I'm gonna just say DZ, because that's a family, that's a relative. You know what I'm saying? Like, DZ is somebody who, not DZ. You know what I'm saying? Not FMDZ,
K-Dog, in my hood.
You're right, in my hood. You know what I'm saying? He, I mean, is a person of status in the city, but unfortunately, he cycled out. You know what I'm saying? Or seemingly cycled out. You know what I'm saying?
Man, though, that just
So
crazy,
it's like people, like, you know what I'm saying?
swear, man.
People not as many people was looking for his shit now.
But it's so crazy just because, like,
Unfortunately.
DZ though, like, come on, man. Everybody know how big DZ was.
Right,
And it's just
yeah.
like he didn't.
Right.
He never. I feel like he didn't. He didn't lose it, but he didn't
No, he
adjust.
didn't lose it.
adjust.
He didn't lose it. Nah, yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like that's where Jay-Z has been able to stand the test of time.
To adapt the game.
Yeah,
to the game.
like, and that should be a blueprint for artists.
But because it's just really about, again, cycles, and it's like if people, you know, if people want to rock with you, they're gonna rock with you. Like, for example, the last time I saw him personally was when he was releasing his last project. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot the name
Heavy
of
is the Crown.
Yeah, when he had like the blood.
Yeah. And we was up at Opium, and you know, I thought the project was great. You know what I'm saying? I think it got some great production. He did updated sound to where, like, you know what I'm saying, like it was some dope records on the album, but that didn't change the fact that you just didn't remember the name. You know what I'm saying? And if I ask, like, you know, any young person our age or younger, hey, you know what I'm saying, what you think of this new DZ song? One, they might be like, who is he? And two, they might be like, you know what I'm saying, that's old Detroit.
But look though, something else I feel like that play a big part in it is like your promo, man. Like your promo run and like your visuals and like people. These kids nowadays want to see you.
True.
And I don't know. I might be wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know no new KDZ visuals that have dropped.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
So to save our asses here, what I'm gonna say is, because we ignorant don't mean that it's not true. So I can't confirm or deny if he didn't drop some records or not. If he didn't.
And that's why I say. That's why I say I might be wrong.
But that speaks to the point that we're making here. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, unfortunately, it's like, has your time come? You know what I'm saying? Are people still, you know, truly checking? Because if you was like, I grew up off his music. You grew up off his music. A lot of people in the city did.
Yes,
but it's like, that still don't change the fact that we can't tell you did he drop a new video or not.
Yeah.
Because you haven't looked.
I mean, but I feel like that's why I say it comes down to your promo on how well you actually promoting these things.
Right.
Are you letting us know that you dropped this? Who are you doing? Who's doing your visuals? Because you can't easy. These should be the top videographers in the city. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you ain't got the top ones, your promo need to be tip top because you a top tier. You really are. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I mean, so just, you know, bringing it full circle, that's a person who has status, but he not getting a million views like Trego and Sada and DZ and, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think of an artist.
JR and,
I'm trying to think of an older artist who
still putting up those numbers. Think hard.
In the city.
Think hard. Think real fucking hard. I'm being real. Like,
I know I'm gonna find it. I know I'm gonna find it.
I'm not being funny because you know, like, I know. You know real shit. I listen to more of the legends than I do. You know.
All right, so let's just play it like this then. Let's just play it like this. Team Eastside. Now they came out years ago.
Okay.
They came out years ago. Now to us, it doesn't even seem like it though because they've just stayed. Yeah. They stood the test of time.
Right. Yeah.
But to think about it though, really
been out about like
they're
18 years.
They're like our okay. We see it's so funny because we grew up with KDZ and then it transitioned to Doughboys and TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
but then that could be said, and then, you know what? I'm very glad. I think any older artist that watch this, I think they should find some solace in the fact that you got to think about waves, like we said before them. You know what I'm saying? It was Detroit's Most Wanted. Do you know anything about Detroit's Most Wanted?
Yeah.
You do.
I know about
it. Right. But the average Hey, do you know who Detroit's Most Wanted is?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. See,
I can't tell you much about it.
you can't tell us much. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not even a disrespectful thing. It's just that your time coming to go. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, Detroit's Most Wanted was the people in the city. You know what I'm saying? Then it transitioned, and it continues to transition.
But I feel like people starting to realize, just like we realize, like just Jay-Z for the example, you have to adapt. Like if you don't adapt, you're gonna fade away. And I feel like people are starting to realize that. I mean, because I'm just gonna keep it a buck, man. I really don't see like PZ and Ray and all of these payroll. I just don't see them fading out just because they understand what it takes. Like you have to be consistent on your visuals. You have to be consistent in the content, in the delivery, the production. You have to evolve and you have to adapt to everything. Right. So I feel like it's gonna be more of a local longevity for them than it was before with like the KDs
for sure.
and stuff like
that.
But
that's also because of like the times that like the rules have changed and times have changed. Artists realize.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but you got like videographers like crazy now.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
KDZ and them, they didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they had the only one I know about from back then was Pirelli, in the whole Dirty Gloves, Save Amount of Value. That's the only one I know of. You know what I'm saying? So.
Shout out! I wonder how I ain't seen.
Pirelli's still doing.
I know.
He's still doing his thing. Man.
I thought
shout out Pirelli.
A couple years back, I thought it was supposed to be like a reboot.
It did. It rebooted. Guess who do the song? The opening credit song. And Beats.
All right. I was close.
Yep. I ain't gonna lie. It's nice. It's fresh. He said Vezo. Yeah, he was close.
I was close.
That was for real.
Same circle.
Right. Hey, but no, though, like So yeah, though, like the videographers, like if you look at Boss Up and Get This Money, Blade Ice with a video, bro. Like shout out to Blade. Like it was,
but look, at that time
it was good. But it's like that's crazy though. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. At that time, it was. And
good. Then I think so. You know what? To piggyback off of what you said, I think because of the fact that you can drop a video today and then drop 3 more every day that follow, because there's so many videographers out here. The longevity is there because you're always able to stay in the public
It's that
eye.
scope you got on the game. Like you could see, like, okay, this how it's changing. Okay,
right.
Back then, it was like you really didn't know until people dropped their projects and you gotta be out here and see it. Yeah,
how they responding to this. Yeah, you're right.
So I feel like it's more of an open lane for artists to sustain longevity, but you gotta really want it, and you gotta be willing to. What we always say, you gotta be willing to compromise. That is because when it comes to adjusting and sustaining longevity, you got to compromise.
Right.
Because you ain't going to adjust that much and it still be you. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Yeah, so, I mean, status, it dictates, what's selling and what's hot, but only to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, and I don't know if that's a good example. That's so rough, bro, because it's like, we can't say, like, these are people of status and then say that they're not selling. I mean, that's true. So we can't say it. It's fucked up. It's sucked up. Because I'm trying to figure out a way to make it make sense. It's like, okay, you have a certain stat. Because here's the thing. Like time passes. So it's like you still going to be who you are, but it's like Snoop. Snoop ain't going to sell, you know what I'm saying, as many records. Real talk.
Not from back then.
Not from back. Like his last project that put up good numbers, like to memory, is Ego Tripping.
And now, when that would drop it like it's hot?
No, that was Rhythm and Gangsta. Ego Tripping was Sexual Eruption.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Life of the Party.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that was a nice.
That was a solid little album, but that was 10 years ago in 2008, and he didn't drop a litany of projects.
Reggae album,
right?
Gospel album.
Exactly. He didn't drop so many different projects in between then and now, and none of them have even like scratched that level of success.
See, I'm gonna have to check these new. But also, I mean, okay, if a reggae album and a gospel album.
But he didn't drop rap albums too. Okay. Like he dropped what was it?
What was the singles on there?
I know he got a single called Legend off of I don't even know what project is.
I probably heard it.
You probably, I don't know. No, I don't think so. No, real talk, because the only reason I heard it was because I was just like scrolling, and I think it was on like Down Dat Piff, and they was saying like, you know, this Snoop song hard, like, you know how they promote like artist songs, so that's how I figured it out. But it wasn't like something that was widely promoted.
I feel like
to your earlier point, like 6ix9ine. Like 6ix9ine is an artist without status who can sell millions of singles, right? But he don't have that same pull when it comes to go buy my album. You know what I'm saying? Now
he really don't.
So I think it really depends on the artist, and you know what I'm saying, like where they at. Because Snoop is a living legend, but Snoop for whatever reason doesn't have the same clout musically as Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, hell no.
Nah,
music,
not at all. Not at all. Because we still buying Jay-Z albums. We just talked about 444.
But culturally,
no.
Yeah.
You listen. So we can't take we're not taking anything away from these legends when we say this.
Yeah, we just dissecting the whole.
Right. We really trying to get to the bottom of it. Right. Because it's like I said, it got to be dependent on who you are. Because you could be of status and still selling records. And your status may help you sell records. Like, Jay is always going to sell a shit ton of records because we look at him as Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Man. And
but for whatever reason, we don't extend that to other legends.
But that's because what we said. He's done a great job with
standing the test of time.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point.
When I heard, look, let me tell you something. And this is just, it might just be because of my age. And like back when he was really popping and came out, I really wasn't in tune with him. But I like the new Jay-Z better than the old Jay-Z. And that's just me. And when I tell people that, they be like, oh, straight up. But yeah, and that might be because of my age. It might just be because I got used to the new Jay-Z before I even really tapped into the old Jay-Z. But I'm not throwing no shade on the old Jay-Z.
No.
I think the newer one better.
I don't know, man. For me, I don't know. I think it's all the same. I think he's.
But and then you know you for y'all that don't know, man, Jen got like a old new soul. So he's in tune with the new. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's a part of. But he know about the old stuff. So that's why when he, you know, with me it's more so like I'm in tune with the old stuff, but I majority like the new stuff more. But I like a lot of the old stuff too. Right. But he likes a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah,
it's like the other way around with him, but
yeah, I say all the time I wasn't meant to be here at 25. Like I'm not meant to be 25 in 2018.
He's supposed to be 25 and like 84.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be 25 and like 70.
Hey, for real.
Real shit. Like if I could come of age,
pimp name Slickback. Pimp name Slickback. That's what he's supposed to be back then, with the little trench coat.
I'd be Max Julian.
Diamond in the back.
Max Julian, baby.
For real though. But no, like yeah, so Jay-Z, I just feel like he's really the only artist that I can really say has stood the test of time. Rap artist.
That'll sell records like that, yeah, you're right. That's crazy. So it's like it really
one artist.
So it's really I think it's really one artist.
That's crazy.
Because I can't, I'm really racking my brain to think of, other examples of artists. Well, Nas still sell good.
But we not saying...
Nas still sell albums, but he don't...
We're not
like Jay-Z, though.
You know what I'm saying? We're not saying they not going to sell.
Jay put up kid numbers.
Yeah.
Jay put up,
he really...
numbers.
Yeah, he really put them out there, and this is with ease. You know what I'm saying? But... And I don't want to say with ease, because I know he...
no, that shit is with ease.
But I watch his recording process and stuff, so, to us, it looked like with ease, but come on, think about it.
I mean, no. Okay,
older cat, it's some strategic.
Right, no, right. Okay, that's true. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about just, you can do all the strategizing under the sun,
right.
But it's really depending
if it's going to stick.
Right, is it going to stick or not?
Yeah.
You could come up with the most elaborate idea possible, but if people not rocking with it, they're not going to rock with it.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's that Godfather. Maybe it's because we've anointed him to the God of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Of course you got your God MCs, but it's we look at Jay okay, you are everything. I mean, you know what I'm saying? From the businessman to a God MC.
Yeah, he's done a lot of groundbreaking stuff outside of the music. And I feel like he kind of got catapulted once we found out that he was tapping B. when we found out he was tapping B, it was like, you really, because look,
But
B
before
was.
then, before then, like even without B, like, cause Jay would have still been Jay.
Yeah, Jay was still gonna be Jay, but
still,
yeah, for sure.
He still be the man. He still be.
Yeah, he was still gonna be the
never
man. Yeah. But it was like the cherry on top. It was
it's like well, damn, like what else do you do?
So it was like I forgot the name of the song, but they did a feature. Dangerously in Love, I think.
Love,
yeah, so that that was when the speculation was coming, like, oh, they messed around with Rue.
Right.
And then it was like, okay, damn, so you see him out at events, okay, he could be tapping that. But when she got pregnant, it was like, oh,
shit,
we tapping that.
No, we knew for sure. We knew in like 03, 04 that they was together, and it was more. It was reiterated. What was that record where Jay was featured? It was a Beyonce song, and Jay was featured, and in the video, Upgrade You. And in the video, she was rapping Jay-Z part, and she was acting like Jay-Z.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had known years before the baby and the marriage, you know what I'm saying? But
hey, so look, let me ask you this, man, because it's foggy. But when Soulja came out,
yeah, they was already talking. They was already
so was that around
Soulja
the time?
came out after Dangerously in Love and all of that.
Yeah. So, but was that around the time where Lil Wayne and Jay-Z had their differences? Or I think that came a little bit after.
It was a little bit after because Soulja came out in 04.
A little bit after, yeah.
Soulja came out in 04, and in 04, Wayne was beginning his meteoric rise.
Right.
Like, okay, the Carter 1 had dropped in.
He was going crazy.
03, 04? When 03, 04, and then he started going crazy.
You gotta remember, they was still cool up to the Carter 3.
Right, yeah, because Carter 2. That's when the break happened between him and Jay, because he had a record on there called Best Rapper Alive, to where he felt like it's my time now.
And then he had went to that it was on one of the mixtapes. He went to dang, I know. You know how it is. You know how it is when you try to get somebody to hear what you hear. It's terrible. But no,
I was like, bro, I don't know what.
I'm trying to think.
What that is.
In the video. Well, Lil Wayne did his remix on the mixtape. It was called "Watch My Shoes," I think.
Oh, Watch My Shoes.
It was to
Watch
that
My
beat.
Shoes was. I thought that was so much later down the road. Watch My Shoes was no
That
ceilings.
was No Ceilings. Yeah, that was No Ceilings.
Well, maybe I'm thinking
No ceilings, motherfucker. I'm one.
Yeah.
Dick in my one.
Yeah.
That's all nine.
But what was the
That
song?
break
What was
didn't
Jay-Z's
happen
song
till
though?
What you mean?
The song, because that was the Jay-Z beat.
No, it wasn't.
No, that was Lil Wayne.
That was Boosie beat.
Damn, that's why I say I got the name mixed up. It was a song, man. I can't remember the name of the song, dog. But Jay-Z video, I think he was like in a desert driving a car or something. I can't remember it, man. It'll come back to me, and I'm gonna bring it up. It's gonna be randomly. Yeah. It's gonna be randomly.
It's okay.
But anyways, my point that I was getting at was, in that song, it was like some going at Jay-Z, a lot of going at Jay-Z, and then it was like because it was over a Jay-Z beat, and he murdered it. I'm talking about went crazy. And
Death the auto-tune. That's what you talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
Hey, shout out to Ed, man.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
He saved my
Death
life.
the
Okay.
Okay. But see, that beef was always, it was never real beef. It's
Yeah,
always friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it started years before that.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah, it did. But that's when, to me, in my eyes, it was magnified. Because when I heard that, and I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, it's over his beat, and he killed it. I liked his version better, personally. You know what I'm saying? I like Wayne's version better. Not saying Jay-Z version wasn't good, but it just maybe I liked it because the competitive.
Maybe so.
Nature.
And I could agree with that because you know what I'm saying, mixtape Weezy was killing everything. But
and everybody.
But see that was true with everybody but Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you did that. And Blueprint 3 still sold.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? It was no. Yeah. You can't play him off the scene. You can't trick him off the scene.
And see that was good though because okay, you had the competitive aspect of it, but they both did good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They both still, like, Lil Wayne went on to still do his thing. Jay-Z did his thing. So and that's a beef that it's sad, but it's a beef that people don't really even touch on just because it didn't end bad.
Well, no, it's people don't touch on it because it wasn't a real beef. That's what I'm saying. Like
It was
think about it. When we think of beef, we think of like real shit happening. Like we got real problems.
Yeah.
Not like no competitive, like friendly. This is just me seeing who the better artist is.
And that really, if you think about it, man, but that was a good example, dog, for people to learn from. Like, they was the top two, and if they could do it,
money shit happened. When that money shit happened, I think that's what made the beef a little real. Y'all remember that interview when that money shit happened? When somebody Wayne make more money than Jay-Z? That right there, I
That
think
was funny.
that's what
Right,
made
right.
that's what made
Like,
the
let's
beef
not-
real. Because Jay-Z
that's
like,
Let's not be outlandish here.
Yeah.
Let's not get crazy
Yeah,
here.
that's what Jay-Z
but you
was saying
but you
too.
know what? You know what's so crazy though? At that time, Lil Wayne, he probably really felt in his heart that he was making more money just because
Ain't
of
no way.
Let me just paint the picture.
Ain't no
for you.
way.
Let me just paint the picture for you though. The reason why, you got to understand.
No,
Lil
'cause
Wayne
it was the
features.
Right. No, I understand that.
So
like,
money.
Like from the
It's
optics,
not-
like
yeah,
if
right.
you do the eye test,
It's not
you
true.
would think,
Yeah.
okay, you booming. But then you also got to, it's because of so many underlying factors. Because
Mm-hmm.
if we talking money, we could get into how we know for a fact it wasn't because everything was split 50-50 with Bird.
Yeah, right.
Contractually.
Yeah. Now we
Obviously
know.
wasn't-
Yeah.
Right, we know the details now.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I was Jay probably just laughed in that situation. He
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
for
oh,
sure.
you wildin'. So.
Because one thing about it, what I learned, man, is when you getting money, like when you really get money, is you don't have no
issues.
reason to even
No
prove that
issues.
you getting it. You feel so good that you got it and you getting it.
It's like, I don't care what you
Yeah,
niggas
let them.
think.
You feel me? Like, obviously, I know you're not getting any money.
Right,
Like you
like,
talking about it, like so.
You got time to see about me.
Yeah, like nah, man.
So, okay, so we got it understood that, okay, status, it doesn't dictate, like, you know what I'm saying, sales, because you could be an artist that you may not have, like, that much time in the game, but you just hot. So, you know what I'm saying, you can sell like that. Yeah. But then, on the flip side, you know what I'm saying, status definitely does help an artist, you know what I'm saying, who, like Jay-Z,
If
you know what I'm saying. If you
play it right.
Right, if you play it right. So, that brings me to this question. How much do you think, like, these artists, because they all say they don't care, but we all know that's bullshit. So it's like, how much do you think, like, these artists really care about sales? And what makes me ask you this is the whole Nicki and Cardi situation, bringing it to, you know what I'm saying, what's been going on in the last 2 weeks. Like I said, Cardi went gold her first day, you know what I'm saying, and then went platinum 3 months to the day. Like, she released the album April 6th, and then 3 months later, what was it? May, June, July 6th. It was platinum. Mm-hmm. So so from there she put up like great numbers, like, and her shit did great off bat. Nicki is an artist who's supposed to have this status. She, you know, been in the game for 10 plus years, all of this, and you know she's supposed to be the queen of hip hop, but she having trouble selling as much as Cardi did. Like I said, she like had trouble. They projected her to sell anywhere between 135 copies and 150,000 copies her first week. So, you know, from there, you know, a lot of artists say, oh, well, you know, I don't care. Like, I'm still me. I'm still whoever I am. I still got my name. But then immediately she went to the theatrics. You know what I'm saying? Going at Safari, going at Tiger. Them niggas bought hairlines.
Tiger?
Bro, he got a straight bullet. He got a straight bullet because she hold. Okay, so she hold
DJ
Safari.
Self. It started with Self.
But everybody got it. Like,
yeah.
It's like she walked in the room and just unloaded the AK. And
You
whoever
get
got
that
hit,
shit.
got
You
hit.
get that shit.
Yeah, bro. Whoever got hit, got hit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she had the back and forth with Safari. And, of course, you already know about the situation with DJ Self.
Yeah.
And then, bro, she got Tiger so bold. Just off.
Damn.
You don't even know.
What happened, though?
Okay, so she was arguing with Safari, talking about you a bum ass nigga. You ain't never write none of my records. Blase splee, blase splah. And Safari, like, I never said I did. I always say, if anything, I just helped you, like, write a couple rounds.
Yeah.
Like, but I never take credit for your shit. So, of course, like, being a mad ass, like, she come back, oh, well, fuck you, blah, blah. I should have never bought that goddamn hairline. And you and Tiger went to the same doctor the same day.
Oh,
and then,
shit.
Right. So, because, you know, you remember Tiger hairline was fucked.
So
Like,
Tiger was a casualty of war.
he was a casualty of war. So, bro, first of all,
shit.
this nigga Charlamagne talking about, so y'all out here buying hairlines and then put me on? Like,
hey, dog.
bro, that's how you know I ain't rich yet. Because I didn't even know you could buy a hairline.
That's something new. It's something new.
I thought if your hair was fucked up, it's fucked up. Like, it's nothing you could do about it.
Let me tell you, you could fix almost anything with money, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
Almost anything, bro.
But, yeah, so he caught a straight bullet, and, you know what I'm saying?
Sidebar, did you see them teeth, bro? Did you see the teeth, bro? No, they look like horse teeth, bro.
Stop it.
They look like horse teeth, and they like $50,000, bro, to have perfect teeth, bro. And if you see them, you know.
Yeah.
If you see them, you know, bro. If they look like horse by the mouth,
it's like you bought them.
You bought them. They white, they real white. They see the little glare.
Just perfect.
The little, yes, bro. I'm telling you,
that's not the smell of clean, nigga.
I swear, bro. Nah, but you can say it. It's like they got wiped down with it. I'm telling you, dog.
They wiped down your teeth with pine
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, man, that junk be tripping. Dog, when I see it, bro, it be like, you really spent $50,000 on that?
Hey, look, if you got it, you got it. I guess.
I ain't spending
some people
$50,000 on that, bro.
But what if you worth $50 billion and your teeth fucked?
Yeah.
Or $50 million?
Yeah. But I don't know, though, because it's just like J. Cole. I feel like it's the type of person you are. Like how you said, crooked smile and all that.
Yeah.
You know, if you really get, I mean, if my grill just like, it's just fucked.
Right.
Like, it's through. Like, okay, I'm gonna get some work, but I might not get that $50,000 work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like at least correct your shit.
Yeah, I don't want it to look too. It look like, bro, when you see it, bro, man, you're gonna be like, oh no, $50,000 to look like this.
Right. Yeah. All right. So yeah. All right. So. Damn, because all this cosmetics just fucked me up. But no, man. So, like I said, like these artists, they say they don't care. You know what I'm saying? About the numbers because they didn't already reached a certain status. But then they pull out all of the theatrics to make sure that album sell. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how much do you think it really mattered to them? Or do you think it depends on the artist? Because I think like Jay-Z, at this point, he probably don't give a damn if his shit don't do numbers. But it should always do numbers, so it's like whatever.
You gotta understand too excluding Jay-Z, but what a lot of these artists do that like reach a certain point, they're still signed. Like no matter how big they are, they still signed. So they really want those numbers. They really want them. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much they say, oh man, I don't care about the numbers. They want the numbers because they gonna receive certain stuff from getting those numbers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why they go the extra mile and do this whole, you know, the extra theatrical stuff, man, because they know, like, all right, man, I need that payday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cause Nicki numbers just from this like little circus, like she gonna sell. They said they went from 135 to. What did I say initially? 150, 155? Mm-hmm. Now they say it's up to like 170. So it's like you're going to sell an extra 20,000 just from like this circus.
But what's so crazy is like, man, did you listen to it yet? Some of it?
Some of it.
I don't feel like it needed that. But
and you know what? Charlamagne said the same thing. He was like, it's sad because, you know what I'm saying, you are supposed to be of this status. And you know what I'm saying? Like Jay, you know what I'm saying? If somebody say something crazy about Jay, they just played themselves. Because he don't give a fuck.
Me
and my wife collectively are worth $1 billion, if not more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I'd have made my mark, she made her mark.
So I'm not about to argue with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So Charlamagne's point was like, it's really sad, you know what I'm saying? Because you done put out, you know, a decent project. And you really don't, and you already got your name, so you really don't even need to be doing all of this.
I can see if it was trash, bro. If it was trash, I'd be like, okay, I see why she did it. But the album, honestly, on some real shit, bro, like, the album was really good to me. For real. And if it was ass, you know I won't say it. Bro.
Yeah, no, I think it was straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was her best work.
But it wasn't ass, though.
No, it wasn't ass. I don't think it was ass. Mm-hmm. I think it could have been shorter.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, shorter.
That's what I say, too. Hell yeah, because I stopped, like,
because I'm an objective fan, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times people feel like, you just shitting on this person. But no, like, I'm just speaking truthfully. Like, you may not agree with it, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm the same way. Like, if it's trash, bro.
No, not you. I know. But I'm saying, like,
we gonna both on some real shit. Like, if it's, I don't care. If I'm rocking with you, bro, that don't mean I'm just about to give you no
Right, yeah,
green light. Like,
trash is trash.
Let you know,
Let's keep it a
yeah.
buck. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, I'm not the biggest Nicki fan. I never have ever said I was, but I've always said I feel like she's straight.
Yeah.
And I'm always able to give a real opinion, you know what I'm saying, based on the quality, not how I feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I personally feel like you said, project is good. It really didn't even need all that.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like a lot of times these artists too, man, they get caught up in. Think about it, man. Like, okay, for a long time, she was the top tier #1 female rapper. So she might have got caught up in. Oh damn.
I think she got caught up in her own status. Cause sometimes status it can be your kryptonite too. Because it's like you don't realize the people need somebody that they can identify with better. Like, I think that's the grand difference between her and Cardi.
Yep.
Like, she's elevated herself to this platform. I'm the queen. I'm Nicki Minaj. I'm this. I'm that. Yep. And then you got people who like Cardi. Like, I'm a regular everyday.
But when she came out, she was that Cardi B. When she came out, she was that Cardi. When she first hit the scene with the mixtapes and stuff, she was that female, round the way girl, talking about having menages and doing all of this stuff. I'm in the hood, all this. That's what she was identifying with.
Yes and no. Musically, for sure. But, like, when it comes to, like, how she carried herself, she was always, like, people, and you know this from, you a fan of the game, watching interviews, people always say she always had that attitude about her, like, I'm better than this and all of that shit.
Well, yeah, she always had a certain level of, I don't want to use a name, but that's really what it is. I don't want to use the word, but it's arrogance. Like, she really had that.
Arrogance.
But it wasn't too arrogant, but it was just like, I'm a female, I'm about to stand my ground, let it be known that I got bars and shit.
Right, versus like Cardi, to where it's like, you know
Cardi
what I'm saying?
She
just her, right? You know what I'm saying? She like all that status shit that she did. Like to her, it's just like, if you dope, you dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be what it is. Like, she still proudly today. I think it's really dope.
I wonder what made her rap.
Cardi? That's a great question.
Cause I wonder if she was rapping before the dancing, or did that come into play?
Come into play after. I don't know.
That's what I want.
That's a great question. I personally like. Okay, so I think if we gonna, I'm just throwing a theory out there because it's not. I don't know if it's true or false. It's gonna take some homework after the show, but I think it probably came after.
That's what I would say.
Because
that's so popular right now.
I was getting ready to say, bro.
And that's really a topic. We just gonna graze over this. That's really a topic for a whole another episode. But I really feel
transition.
Like it's just that's a whole another topic right there. But
I don't really want to expose how much of a Cardi fan, but she mentioned it in an interview that she'd been writing music since she was a kid.
Step up to the mic.
Thank you.
Step up to the mic. Because we ain't gonna have you just talking to these people from across the room.
Yeah.
With that.
I'm like, what, man? Hold on.
Like, what is he saying? I don't even hear him.
It sounds muffled. It sounds like he got a brown paper bag over his mouth.
Right.
Brown paper bag, though, man, really? Brown paper bag. All right, man. So
what was
not exposing the level of Cardi fan.
He had to make that be known and shit.
But she mentioned it in an interview. I can't remember exactly which one, but she had been writing music off and on since she was a little kid. So wanting to do something with music had always been part of what she wanted to do. Now it probably exploded after the dancing. Big, and it's like, well, you know, I always wanted to do this.
Right, I'm a
dancer.
She had a
follow. And she had a whole follow. So it I want to get deep into this, bro.
See, now that's interesting because that makes you question, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that could have always been like the plan from the jump.
That could have. If she that strategic.
Right, like, okay, I'm a dance my way into the rap game.
Because like we say, the image of the female in the rap game is, it's sexual. So that could have been a strategic.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna talk about this.
Yeah, this another episode. This is a good one right here. Because this actually taps into the current local scene. What's going on in the local scene? You know what I'm saying? So
I mean that touching to everything because I think dancers.
It's touching to everything.
I think dancers everywhere in the world is like, okay, it's
Nah.
We could be cutting hours, bitch. Like
we could be cutting hours, bitch. Hey, for real.
Some money from this club.
Hey, right, stack up this money off the pole and shit.
Real talk.
I
could go buy a Drake feature.
Hey, but
what you laughing for?
They ain't gotta buy that. They ain't gotta buy that Drake feature. Y'all know Drake love the strippers, dog. Y'all know you love them strippers, man. For real.
Oh my god.
But no, man.
Shout out to Drake, man.
For real, man. Shout out to Drake, man. But he put Malaya on, man. Y'all know that.
Someone tell Malaya I'm on fire. She should
feel
work
me,
tonight.
dog? He was on fire off that one.
I'm gonna come clean. He the whole reason I even know who she is. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? That's
the reason anybody probably do for real.
Real talk.
Unless you
I guess she
her
was the
Friday
shit.
night regular.
Yeah, she was. No, she. Yeah, right.
She was the shit.
She was the
then,
shit. Yeah, in Houston, she was. But in Houston,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he had motherfuckers taking trips to Houston. Like, where Maya at? I'm trying to be on fire.
I'm trying to be on fire. Like
For real though, bro. But no, like, yeah. So that's all we got, man. I mean, so you feel like we just gonna go over, you know what I'm saying, how we feel about the whole status. And it doesn't matter if you know hot or not. So locally and mainstream, what you feel?
I think it really depends on who you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jay is a great example. He's an artist who is able to still sell records and, you know, not be of this new time.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know, on the flip side, if you don't have that status, then there's only so much you can sell. You know what I'm saying? Like the new artists, they can only seemingly sell singles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's how I'm looking at it. It really is dependent on the person and the situation.
And the only exception to that, I'm gonna say, was Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
He's the only exception
to a lot of
Yeah,
things.
Chance is an anomaly. Like
Yeah.
All together.
he's an anomaly in the
Yeah,
game.
and that's literally like that's the only one that I can think. Nigga, I'll think all day, but I'm only gonna.
He really a trendsetter though, because a lot of artists single now. You know, it's not single, but a lot of artists is independent now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that they was like, oh well, damn.
It used to be something that was like, nigga, hey, I mean,
what?
my man's look. Think about it, bro. Like being independent was looked at as riding like Coach, not Coach. Or Coach.
Yeah,
No, you right. You right.
No, real shit.
was,
That's
you
a
know what I'm
great,
saying?
and I think that's a great
really,
analogy.
that's really what it was kind of like. Like, if you was think about it, bro, like Master P and them, like people was looking at them like until they started.
Sign was the apple of the
Right,
eye,
everybody's
You know what I'm saying? Now it's the other way around. It's
Right.
independent. It's first class. Like,
And you know what? Shout out to Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, Currency. You know what I'm saying? Because those
yeah,
artists,
man. Shout out to them. Man.
like those like were artists like Currency. His whole thing once he got out of Cash Money, Young Money, that deal was like, I'm gonna create my own, and I'm gonna show y'all I'm dope, and I could do this on my own.
Shout out to them.
And
Man.
you know what I'm saying? That birthed a whole like movement to where independent artists was just hot. Like think about all the independent artists we listened to while we was
it's
in high
crazy.
school.
I think it's a real good. Timing is everything, but I think it's a real good marriage of technology and knowledge.
Oh
right?
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Because with the knowledge component, a lot of the truths about being signed are common knowledge now.
Right,
How
the
it's not
360
really,
deals.
it's not really your best deal, right?
Right, and you're
that-
gonna eat more off of shows than the actual
right.
deal.
Yeah.
That combined with technology, now you got platforms like a YouTube and things like that, where somebody who don't got a label, they can create the content and get the content out in front of the same number of eyeballs.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yep. It don't make
And I
sense.
don't have to split nothing or worry
Yeah.
about a shady mogul or nothing.
You feel me?
No.
Like, and then honestly, just if I was an artist, I mean, you might feel different because you come from that, but if I was an artist, I wouldn't really. It wouldn't be an issue with me signing if it would like be more even. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying because everybody's deal different. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has the same deal. But what I'm saying, the majority from what I hear from artists, they say like it's like no, don't come over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because it's proving
it wouldn't
ground.
be.
It's like
That's really what it is, though. That's dead on. That's really what it is.
proving
Like,
ground. You
yep.
know what I'm saying? If like Drake, they gave him a big budget on his first project because So Far Gone was a mixtape and sold millions.
So they look at it, yeah.
So they like, okay.
He already proved himself.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to come on
versus
prove
like a person who just getting into the game and they got to break these artists and, okay, you got to put out records.
It's like we see potential, but.
Right. We see the potential, which is why we're going to give you a deal.
A chance, right.
But you ain't showed us you can push these numbers the way we want.
Yeah.
So,
because this just.
We're going to hit you with that bullshit.
This is what I heard. I'm not sure if it was true, but I think it was. I think I remember seeing an article on it.
It's really good.
What is it?
The squirt in the ring.
Oh yeah, okay.
We got a new concoction.
Right. So I heard this when Chief Keef first got signed to Interscope. I think it was the Finally Famous. I think that was the name of it. The deal was like, it was dumb, but it was under the circumstances you had to sell like a certain amount of units by a certain time, or the deal wasn't even going, or you didn't receive that payout. So if y'all remember,
stipulations in the contract.
Yeah. So if y'all remember, when that album dropped, he actually was promoting that one lucky fan was gonna receive a copy with like a $1,000 voucher in it.
I don't
So
that.
yeah, so like that convinced people to actually go out and buy these hard copies. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a smart tactic, but it's like, I mean, who really gonna like
robbing people is always smart.
No, but now, like I say, I don't know how true that was, but I think it was true because I think I remember seeing an article about it. But yeah, that's a good tactic. But it just go back to, like you said, the proving grounds. They want to see that, all right, we see the potential and we see what you're doing on YouTube, but look, we'll give you this money only if you move this amount of units.
Right. So the other half of that too, which is the right, like it's the other side of that coin that y'all own, man. This is the business end of it.
Yeah.
You know, as a business owner, you know, I can sit here and completely, even though I may not agree, I can completely see why they do a lot of the things they do. It just come down to overhead, man.
Yeah.
With the way the music market is right now, numbers aren't where they used to be. You know, no matter how you want to split the apple, things just aren't selling the way they're selling.
Yeah.
The money is not coming in the way it's coming in. These
For
record companies, they got overhead. They got bills to pay. You know, they got stuff.
Right.
So they gonna pinch wherever they can pinch, whether it's on the artist contract side, where it's on the side of the 360 deal, where they get a percentage of all the money you make, no matter where it's coming from.
Because back in the day,
what's his name? He was in a 360 deal until like 2015. Wiz. That's why Rostrum, like every project that he dropped, predating like 2015. I think the last album he dropped under Rostrum was Khalifa. The project with Bake Sale with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
And he had a big legal battle with Rostrum because they had hooked him up.
They did him like that?
They did him like that.
That was supposed to be the hometown.
Supposed to be home team, like, you know what I'm saying? But that just go to show, they get back to well, no, that's greed because
I was about to say,
like they got to him before, you know what I'm saying, he was in the game and they was like, okay.
Because they were smart though. They had their ears to the street. They knew like, oh, we got something with this one. Mac Miller, you think he was like a huge success? I mean,
he been out. Nah, shit. Mac Miller was a great success. He's the only independent artist other than Snoop Dogg to sell over 100,000 copies his first week.
But did he do that independent?
Yeah.
Or did he do that when he was with Rostrum?
With Blue Slide Park, he did over 100,000 copies with no major deal.
All right.
So, and then he did it again. He broke his own record with his second album.
Okay, so
Watching
you said
movies with the Sound Off.
All right, you said no major deal, but was he signed to Rostrum?
He was signed to Rostrum, but Rostrum is an independent.
Yeah.
I mean, because Death Row was independent too.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of people don't know that.
See, so they really consider independent just
basically
not
a ground up company.
If you ain't a major, if you ain't with a major,
Columbia,
if you ain't a major ones,
you independent.
Right.
See, so what I always I like straight up like Master P. Like I'm talking about, like he created. He was the artist.
But that is.
I know.
They just didn't create it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Silk the Shocker is still just as independent as Master P, but he's signed, not Master P.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
See, I always just looked at it as basically like Chance.
Right.
Straight
so
up.
it's like it's just me.
Yeah. I'm just putting this music out like. But it ain't like that.
No, it ain't. It's independent labels.
Indie labels, indie labels and shit. So,
and if like I said, like Wiz, up until he signed with Atlantic, was considered independent, but he was putting up football numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like his what was it? The Wake and Bake tour?
Yeah.
The merch and the ticket sales?
I know. Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Crazy.
Wiz, man. Wiz went crazy when he first.
And Wake and Bake tour was when he released Cushion OJ. So it was like everything was perfect.
I remember I remember when Wiz
Ink My
came
Whole
out.
Body,
Bro,
dog.
I was playing football in high school, bro. Like we used to listen to that every day before practice, bro.
What, Ink My Whole Body? I remember when he first got big. I remember Say Yeah first.
Yeah.
Say Yeah, when he had the P chain and the sweater on.
See, the first song that I really heard from him before Ink My Whole Body was This Plan. That was
All
the
of
very
that was
first song.
after Say Yeah.
Okay.
Cause Say Yeah
See,
was
I ain't.
Say Yeah was the it was supposed to be the single that to his first album, and he was at the time signed with Warner Brothers. Right, but unfortunately that single didn't sell well. It didn't do well.
What they wanted.
So Warner Brothers dropped him.
And then Rostrum picked him.
No, he was already with Rostrum.
Okay,
it was
so
it was a two-way deal.
Yep, all right,
like
cool.
Fool Boy was with B&B, but also with Sony.
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it was like he was with Rostrum and Warner Brothers, but Warner Brothers let him go, and then he started going crazy. You know what I'm saying? After all of that shit, and that's where you get to This Plane, Ink My Whole Body, Cushion OJ, all the different tapes that we knew him for, and then that led to the Atlantic deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa, man, because he been doing it for a minute, man. And he's an artist who starting to, you know what I'm saying, standing the test of time too. You know what I'm saying? He came out back then. Like I said, I remember high school playing football with him. And I mean, he's not going as hard as like a Jay-Z.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? It's not making such an impact, but he's still.
His name is still of some type of relevance.
Like he could probably drop something, you know, it's still.
Right. Y'all know he just dropped Rolling Papers too.
Yeah. I ain't checking it out. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, so
I gotta check that out.
I had forgot about that, to be honest. I heard about it.
I heard about it,
right,
but I just ain't check it out.
Kind of just slipped my mind.
Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying, we're getting to the end of it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This has been another episode.
Episode
6 of the Unwrapped Podcast.
It is.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. That's
You know what I'm saying? We came in, we had to get a little off our chest, and I feel like we had like some good content. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's start wrapping.
Don't
it
forget,
up.
man. Look, man, we do this for the people, man.
Right. This is for the culture.
Yeah,
this is not for our benefit
This is
at
for the
all.
culture, so
I don't if it was for our benefit, you know what I'm saying, I would be trying to make money off this shit.
yeah. So
You know what I'm saying?
we do
Like
our
this
thing.
is something that we do because we want to see like the silly elevated, and we want to see everybody winning. You know what I'm saying? Like I said to the gentleman in the lobby, the point of the Unwrapped podcast is to unwrap the culture. You know, hip hop and black culture in its entirety.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we interviewing not just artists, entertainers, but also business owners, entrepreneurs, you know, movers and shakers. People really trying to do stuff. And right now it's the tale of two cities. Midtown is coming, of course, because you know we started in Detroit. We got to start with the home team.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you know, Midtown, downtown, it's cracking. You see that shit in the news very often. But you don't know you can't name me 5 prominent, you know what I'm saying, black-owned businesses in the city.
Yeah.
You can't.
People don't even know that they exist.
Exactly.
People don't know that they exist unless somebody take you there or
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So this is a platform for stuff like that to be brought to the forefront.
Right. This is not for us. This
Because at the end of the day,
I mean, at the end of the day, we love. I mean, to cut you off, bro. But at the end of the day, we love to do this. Like we say, we can sit up, we can talk shit all day. This is what we love to do. This is why we do it. But at the end of the day, we want to just like be that platform and a helping hand to upcoming figures in the city. So
Right.
I was gonna say, man, because there's some people doing some great stuff in this city.
Right.
for real.
And
They need a voice. They need a platform. You
Right.
know? So.
And they don't got it because certain platforms not gonna be quick to just open their doors for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just period. And they just go back to what you said. Business.
Business
You know what I'm
is
saying? They
business.
just don't
Right,
see it being
business
a
is
benefit to them in their business. So, but for us,
We're not worried about how it
y'all ain't got to
benefits
worry
me.
about that. Y'all come on through here, boom, and do what y'all got to do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But yeah, man. So
But that's gonna be what it is, man.
what you got? What you got coming up?
So, you know what I'm saying? Right now we are in pre-production for the movie Set in Motion. I just put up the promotional trailer
What's the
on
name
my
of it?
Instagram.
Yeah,
Set in
it
Motion.
look dope too. Check
look
out
dope?
that trailer. It look dope.
Yeah, it
man.
look crisp.
Thank you. That's just a promotional. So, you know, once we start shooting,
It was
and we
clarity,
get into
man.
production,
Yeah.
it's gonna be y'all gonna see y'all boy in full motion.
Can you give him a little, you know what I'm saying?
A little
summary
something
or
about it?
Yeah.
See.
Without giving up.
This is the one thing I just want to know, man. What side of the fence you on, man? You playing the good guy or you a bad guy?
Oh, I'm the terrible guy.
Oh yeah, all right.
Okay.
I'm the terrible guy.
Are you terrible?
I'm the villain of the movie.
So how you? It's just brief, real brief, cause like I know it's a short film.
Right.
So just brief. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
3 key points or something.
All right. So this movie is the title. It tells you everything. Certain events set other things in motion.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And in the movie, I'm not gonna give y'all, name. I will give y'all my character name. I play a character named Julian, and Julian has been through the worst of the worst. He done been through the trenches. He done, you know what I'm saying, both parents passed. You know what I'm saying, separated from his little brother by the system. He, really dealing with it. So he ends up, in the streets and living their life and doing what he got to do just to get by. You know what I'm saying? But all of that is preceded by an event that was critical, that was life-changing, and it snowballs into so much more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
that sounds good.
and
So
that
you
makes
say-
up the movie.
So you say your name in the movie is Julian. They nickname you Juju.
Julian, yup, Ju.
Huh,
They
Juju.
call me Ju for short.
All right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shoot.
Yeah.
Juju on the beat. Juju on the film.
You silly, man.
Yeah. So.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Look, man. I know I told y'all. I think it was last episode, but I got some in the works next month, coming up next month, and I don't want to jinx it. So when it actually comes, you know what I'm saying, comes up, then I'll let y'all know. But it's something real good. I've been working towards this for a minute. So with that being said, just stay tuned, keep watching us, and y'all will figure it out, and I'll let y'all know whatever.
All right. Hey, what you got for the people?
Man, I just been hustling. Simple as that, man. I just been hustling, man. I got a lot of projects on the floor right now that I'm just trying to wade through. So that's literally what my days have been filled up with, just hustling, man. Chromatin Productions. If you want a very well done video made with great storytelling, hit us up, Chromatin Productions. You can hit me up on Instagram at chromatin_ed, and that's CHROMATIN_ed. Hit us up on Facebook, Chromatin Productions. Twitter, same. Hit us up on Twitter at ChromeProd.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where you can find us on all social media. Tune in. Got a lot of things coming. We're working on a podcast from that as well, more of a production and video production based podcast. So once that's up and rolling, I'll give y'all some plugs on that. But yeah, just hustling, man.
All right. Where can the people follow you, Debo?
Detroit Debo on everything, man. It's real short, sweet, and simple, man. Detroit Debo.
All right. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at MFNGen. Follow me on Instagram at MFNGen. Follow me on Snapchat at Jen Gray. And if you need to hit me up on the email, hit me up at genesismusic@gmail. Producers, I'm looking for beats. So if you got some dope shit, send it that way. Follow the Unwrapped Podcast on all social media at The Unwrapped, TheUnxrapped. The Unwrapped Podcast, baby. It's been another episode. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.